Marcel Williams here with Elliott Wave Source, number one source for Elliott Wave technical analysis. Today is November 20th, 2013, and today I will cover two key crosses going into the day. That's the EURAUD, something we touched on the daily charts earlier today, and also look at the dollar CAD. And I also want to take a look at the copper futures. Now let's just start out with the EURAUD. And EURAUD clearly in that corrective phase, as you can see in front of us currently on the hourly charts. See that we had that ABC correction to give us that A, and this kind of sideways movements was that wave 4. So it was 1, 2, extended 3, and then we had a flat correction. We had a run-in flat correction to give us wave 4, and then we had that fifth and final wave. And then now we're working on the B wave. But what's interesting in the B is that, so we jump down on the 15-minute charts, we see that currently on the B wave, taking a closer look at the B, but we currently see that prices are in an impulsive manner. So that would suggest that we will be seeing a zigzag correction for that B wave. So we should see that 5, 3, 5 upwards to give us that B wave. Now as we take a look at these zigzags, we see that wave 1 is right there, followed by a 50% correction for wave 2. And wave 3 extends by 161.8%, slightly beyond that. So we see that extension, and then wave 4 should then end at that 50% mark, which we saw that it did. So at this area we were saying look for longs, and we did see that prices push higher, but then it found a little bit of resistance in right here in this descending channel in what appears to be a flag. So we should see prices break and push significantly higher, but I'm expecting that prices would push towards that descending trend line, which has been intact for a couple of months now. Well, been intact since the beginning of October, so about a little over a month. But the reason I'm seeing that prices will push towards that descending trend line is that I'm expecting a 100% move of wave 1 or something close to that, and that would put us right at that descending trend line at 145. So I'm definitely looking for prices to push towards 145 and then correct to give us that B within this larger wave B. Now shifting gears over to the dollar CAD. Let's just look at the hourly real quick for some direction. So we had an impulsive wave coming down, and we see that prices are trading along this descending trend line. And then we got that wave 2, and now working on wave 3 down. Now as we jump down, we see that prices have appeared to have taken the form of a head and shoulder formation. Now the right shoulder came a little bit quicker than that left did. The distance between the left and the head is significantly larger than the distance between the head and the right shoulder, but nonetheless we do see that it's setting up, and we see this would be our neckline. So looking for prices to break below this point. Now it's currently trading along this descending trend line. So currently at a good area to get short, as our bias is to the downsiding this. So right here would be a good area to get short. So 104.6, good area to get short, and look for prices to push significantly lower. A break below this rising trend line would thus indicate that prices should push significantly lower. And initial targets on this set at 103.6, so about 103.8 and 103.2. So significantly lower from this point if we're looking for prices to travel there. And then lastly, want to look at copper futures. And the copper futures is pretty interesting in that, so look at the hourly charts. We see that we had the impulsive phase, waves come up, And we were looking at a bounce at this level. We were anticipating that prices would take off from this rising trend line, and that's what we were looking at last week. But we did see on the end of last week, prices did break below, and then it used that rising trend line as resistance as it tested and bounced off twice. So now prices looked as if the count was inaccurate and prices would have pushed lower. But zero cause of a pause right on that, and the reason being is that as we jump down on the 15-minute charts, see that prices are setting up in a head and shoulder formation. And this one looks pretty interesting in that we see the left shoulder, right shoulder are about at the same height, and then we see that descending trend line. So definitely looking for prices to push above this level. So looking for prices to go higher, and then a break of the neckline, which is right here, would confirm that prices are going to push higher. So definitely looking for a breakout in this pair upwards. Bias on this is higher. So that's the video for today. Any questions or comments, jump in the chat room and fire away, or you can shoot us an email. Email is at info@elliottwavesource.com. Shoot us that email and gladly assist you with any questions or comments. So thanks for watching the video, and for you guys trading, enjoy the rest of the week trading, and good luck.